Tropical gardens to me are all about shade and foliage, but a lot of our shade areas really took a beating through the drought. But now that spring's arrived and we've had some rain, it's a perfect time to get in and plant some new things. Now, garden centres are absolutely full of beautiful things for shade, so let's just take a look at a few. For flower colour and shade, you can always rely on clivias. They're easy to grow and they won't let you down in those dry times. Just as reliable and wonderfully versatile are bromeliads. The flower and foliage colours of this group are almost endless, and once you start collecting, you find it hard to stop. And what about these anthuriums? You probably know them better as a houseplant, but in the garden, they're shiny flowers add a really lovely splash of colour. Now, these Mcdonald Lilies are great for a bit of flower in the shade too, but it's really important that you find the right position. Now, you may have seen this sort of thing happen before when the spathes start to turn green. What's happening, these are actually a modified leaf, and if it's too shady and too dark, they'll actually revert back to being a leaf and start to photosynthesize and turn green. If you want to keep them lovely and white, it's important that you find a really bright position in the shade. Foliage is really important for adding interest in the shade, and it's often the variegation in the leaves that creates that appeal. Cordyline are the classic example, and you'll find them in stripes of pinks, purples, creams and greens, with a wide range of foliage shapes and sizes too. Aglaonomas display gorgeous variegations in their leaves, and the flecks of white do a great job of grabbing your attention in the shade. So too does the foliage of these different barkids. Their large white leaves stand out like shining lights in darker areas. When it comes to planting these tropical beauties, it's really important not to skimp out on the hole. Dig something that's at least 2 or 3 times the size of the pot, and be generous with the compost. Add plenty, because that's the sort of conditions they love. Throw in some fertiliser as well. Do those things, get down to your garden centre, get something lovely and fresh, and before you know it, your shady areas will be looking lush and tropical once again.